Hi, I'm Max Brantley. It's Friday, August the 8th. Here's the news in Arkansas today. The state has a new report out on the sign-ups for Obamacare. Sorry, not Obamacare. It's the private option version of Medicaid expansion, a bipartisan program of the Arkansas legislature that will put people eligible for coverage into private insurance coverage. It's a good thing. The number is very close to 200,000 with 40,000 more in the subsidized health exchanges. We're talking about 250,000 Arkansans who now have insurance who did not before or who had very much more expensive insurance. Thanks to Obamacare, they've got it now. Is the legislature and other elected officials really going to take this away? I don't think so. Speaking of Obamacare, news in the New York Times this morning about a big push by Walmart, that's the big company based in Arkansas, of course, beyond its past practice of opening small medical clinics in its stores into opening full primary care clinics with a wide range of health services. They see a profit opportunity in this. They've got 6 open in Texas. Guess what? This is another thing you can thank Obamacare for. They want to get a share of that money too, don't we all? In politics, there was a pretty good little story last night. French Hill's the 2nd District Republican congressional candidate for an open seat. He's been running a pretty good ad about how he loves to drive his old unair-conditioned Volvo around because he's a cheap guy and he'll be careful with his money like you are. Well, this drew the attention of the national website Huffington Post, which wrote a kind of funny little story about how French Hill may drive an old Volvo, but he's got an old BMW, an old Mercedes-Benz, and an old Ford. And we added in that he has a nice $500,000 house up in the Heights and a country club membership and sends his kids who have participated in his ads off to a very expensive socialite summer camp. So, I mean, miserliness might be in the eye of the beholder. Elsewhere, news that Colette Honorable, the chairman of the Arkansas Public Service Commission, might be in line for a spot on the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission by a presidential appointment. That's still up in the air. It would be a big deal if it happened. There's a great thing on our blog this morning that can allow you to go down to the zip code you live in and find out how many people have been committed to prison there, how many have been released from prison there, and how many are on parole and probation. You'd be interested, I think, in what neighborhoods are high crime places and which are not. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys. I've been trying to pass this story up, but it gets better and better. Jerry Jones and his son have been hitting the tabloid sites for not so flattering pictures with the social life they live with some fancy gals, and this got a little more ticklish this week with news of the Dallas Cowboy party bus, which was out on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, was seen not only with the Cowboys people and some girls, but also the head of officiating for the NFL. This has now drawn the attention of the NFL. So, as I say, you can take the boys out of Arkansas, but you can't necessarily take the Arkansas out of the boys. I'm Max Brantley from the Arkansas Times. See you next week.